This question about A to G, people keep asking me my focus, and do I think it's more important to talk about A to G or college readiness and career readiness, and should we be doing workforce development? And I have to tell you, I think the preparation is critical, being prepared for high quality options, college, A to G. However, I think we first have to talk about, particularly in the city of Oakland, about high school finishing. I think we get caught up as adults, and it's very heady and it's fun stuff, and we can have a lot of ideological based arguments about A to G is critical, college going, I don't want to fight this, college this, college that, workforce. You know what, folks? We got 1 out of 3 of our children not finishing high school. A 67% graduation rate is to celebrate. I think that's a gain. We've moved. But that's still 1 out of 3 kids. I have 2 daughters. But if we started all talking about our children together and we saw our kids in the room, who's going to say which kids shouldn't make it? As different than all of our kids should make it. What are we going to do to make sure and ensure their success? Now, if I disaggregate that data, pull it apart further, in the city of Oakland, for African American males, right now, 4 out of 10 are graduating. A cohort that begins as freshmen, 4 out of 10 of those men are graduating, finishing high school. Right? Okay, that's unacceptable. So as we talk about preparation, going on to this really either university, community college, other gainful employment, workforce development, career paths, we need to really be clear about that and talk about that and share our commitment to making sure that whatever we're preparing kids for is the future, is not preparing backwards in the last 50 years, but what's to come. But I tell you what, if we don't have a shared commitment, we will get what we get, which is what we have, which is unacceptable. 1 out of 3 kids overall finishing high school in Oakland. And unacceptable rates of, being pushed out of our system for certain groups of kids. And I think unless we get really clear about what we're committed to for our kids, and then say, how will we align, leverage, and focus resources to focus regardless of where kids are born, regardless of what the historic patterns of their family were, that our kids are going to be successful in the city of Oakland. Now, I also think that the Oakland Unified School District should be the lead institution talking about that. Because we are, as a public institution, charged with the well-being of children. We are the only organization that's responsible for children to make sure that they're academically and socially successful. Public tax dollars paying for that service. I tell you what, we have failed. We have fundamentally failed to meet our charge. So we have to, I think, redesign the public institution to be in service of the common good, different than sorting and selecting, basically living out the legacy of the development of free and appropriate public education. A lot of the designs that were embedded, I think, embed and reproduce oppression, reproduce historical patterns of failure for certain groups. Well, in my mind, it's not failure of the individual. The system has failed. And so we have a moment in time, I think, with all of the budget cuts, with everything that's going on, to get and remain really clearly focused on what we think is necessary for Oakland to be healthy. To have one vision of a healthy Oakland that we all contribute to. I tell you what, the platform has to be strong words, the Oakland Unified School District. I think in partnership with our public, parochial, and charter schools, that across the board, it's not one kind of experience is good for some kids, another kind of experience is good for other kids. We need to set a standard of expectation in the city of Oakland, and then families can pursue that in a variety of ways, but we've established what we expect in Oakland. What does effective, high-quality instruction look like? That should be a citywide conversation. We should have billboards. We should have a campaign about it. What's more important? I mean, you just talk to Linda Darling-Hammond, you talk to others. The effect of a high-quality teacher, I mean, when people ask me what's my vision, that all of our kids would have an effective teacher every year that they're in school. I mean, I have nothing. And when I think about my daughters, I mean, I pray for that. But I pray that for every kid. And I just know for a fact we're so far away from it. And you know, there's a lot written right now about what we need to do about bad teachers. I think we need a great system to support teachers, and teachers who are ineffective should not be in the profession. But that's true across all professions. That's not like suddenly we have just in teaching all these professionals who people are not good. I just think we need to do a better job of coaching, being clear about what we expect. And also, you know, folks, some of the principals. Can you principals raise your hand again? So before we go further, please clap for the principals. So I think about principals as mayors. I mean, they have to run little cities, basically. I mean, and some folks, again, have heard me talk about some of this, like whether it's directing the parking, whether it's bandaging the knee, whether it's repairing the psyche, whether it's, and that could be adults and children, whether it's engaging parents and community, whether it's trying to grow as a leader and kind of silence your own doubts and fears and try to lead others, and it's relentless. I have just extraordinary respect and appreciation for the work you do as principals. So just really a heartfelt thank you for what you're doing right now, every day in Oakland. Makes a huge difference. The thing I think we need to go forward with is we need to create the conditions where the central organization, the organization that is the Oakland Unified School District, is focused on what this community cares about and what it needs. And then we become a facilitator, that we multiply, a force multiplier of what we desire in the city of Oakland. And I have some things that I'm going to be bringing forward. We are, you know, for those of you that are in schools and in school districts, the March 15th moment is a moment that is pretty hard. There are a lot of transitions. We give letters to certificated staff about who's going to be here and who's not. Huge budget cuts this year. We have to reduce our expenditures in Oakland by $85 million. We have $85 million less to spend next year. You don't cut that much money without cutting people and programs and even high priority stuff. So it's agonizing. A lot of people have been asking, when are you coming out with a new plan? I tell you what, first, I think we have to be respectful and thoughtful about the transitions some of our folks are making now. So I say that, and I will highlight a few things, but really beginning at the end of next week and ongoing for the next few months, going to start kind of some workshops with the board, but also more community engagement around a strategic plan for the future of Oakland Unified School District and our whole community. Some features of that plan that I'm going to be putting forward. One thing in particular, I think you don't get results, really good results, if you don't focus your energy. I'm going to create a cabinet level position that will be the Chief of African American Male Achievement. I feel like until we get serious and until we focus our energy, until we are relentless about what's not working and say we're going to stop doing that and we're going to invest in, create, and share practices that make a big difference. And you know what? There are going to be some people who have strong opinions about that, both positive and negative. But under my leadership and where we're headed, the pattern of achievement we have right now is unacceptable. And I don't think we'll interrupt that unless we get serious about it.